Oh, good morning, everyone. How are you? This is Melinda Cooper. I'm living the dream business, and this is my good buddy, Marion LaSalle. Thank you for joining me today, Marion. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a beautiful, crisp morning here, which is probably one of the last ones we're going to have in the Texas area. We're ready for some heat and humidity, so I'm taking advantage of it.
That's right. That's right. We have our house open. We're beginning to air a little bit. It's just real fast. Um, I love it, but it's kind of one of those things where it's okay. I'm ready for a little bit something different. Of course, I'd like to be able to go a little bit further than my yard, but you know how that is.
Yes, I do.
Yes. So at any rate, we're here. We're living the dream business, and today we're talking about or we're continuing our month of April, which is all about email, right? We're talking about email campaigns. We're talking about the various emails. We're talking about what to do with them, how to set them up. We're going to go through the whole thing for the month of April. So today I want to just kind of jump into it because it seems like there's a whole lot I want to discuss. And one of the things is that, most people don't realize that when you really comes to push and shove, there's only three basic emails that can go into a campaign. And if you do it correctly, people don't get bored by it. People want to buy from you. All of a sudden, you have so much to give them. One of the first things is I tell people all the time, when people come to your email, you manage to get their email. I call it the ethical bribe. You bribe them to come to to give them your email, whatever the situation is. Boom, they're in your system, right? So when you're in your system, the first thing you want to do is say, hey, you know what? I'm Melinda, and I'm glad you're here. Let's build a welcome email, right? And most people don't realize that a welcome email can be as simple as, hey, this is who I am. I'm so glad you're here. And by the way, boom, here's the download that I said I would give you, right? You have to give them, because you already bribed them with something. Most people nowadays don't give up an email unless they want something first. You remember, as entrepreneurs, as consultants, as whatever our position is, we offered to help them solve a problem. So most of the time, not always, I'll give you that, but most of the time, they're looking for what you promised them already. You already made a promise. I'll give you a checklist. I'll give you an ebook. I'll give you, a software, an app, or, give you an outline, something. You've already promised that, didn't you, Marion?
Yeah, and I'm so glad you're bringing this up because I'm having some experiences that I've never had before, and I'd like to talk about it a little bit about when people sign up for your things. Okay, so we've always been taught that you've got to give them something in order to get them to sign up, right? And so I've always had, I don't know, kind of a weird feeling about that. Like, what am I going to give them? And what do they want? That type of thing. And one of the things that I figured out is that people are signing up for my, I guess you call it newsletter, because I don't have one yet for this particular project, but they're signing up because I'm offering them to join my community. So I
That's right.
thought, oh my gosh, people are signing up without me even asking them. I'm just putting a link down at the bottom of my website, say, join our community. And they're
Right.
signing up. So,
Right.
yes, you have to give them something, but what is it that they want? So, how do you figure that out?
Well,
Mine was
Marion.
an accident.
Well, what? I always smile at that because, and I even got myself caught in that situation because one of the things that people don't realize is they come because of you. You build it, they will come, right? So when I say that, here's the thing. If you are doing, this is going to drive me crazy today, sorry. If you are doing your job, your business, your spiel, whatever you want to call it, if you are doing it correctly, they want to hear more of what you are already talking about. They want to know, oh my God, I want to learn more about living the dream. I want to learn more about Marion LaSalle. I want to know really what that is. Because if they are coming to you, they're probably already your audience and you just don't know it. So if you are doing your job correctly, they're already looking for what you're putting out. or they're curious about what you're putting out. So when you go to give them a gift, guess what you have to give them? Yourself.
Yeah, and most people try to avoid that for some reason. I never did quite understand that, why people shy away. If you're talking to somebody one-on-one or at a networking event, they see your face, they hear your voice, they feel your energy.
They feel you.
Why would you recoil or try to get away from video? I don't really understand that.
I don't know that it's a fact that people get away from video or afraid of video. I think it's more the fact, and I will speak for myself. Sometimes I worry, do I have enough to say? Can I keep their attention that long?
Oh, so let's talk about that, because I think that this is really important.
Right.
It's human nature that most people shy away from video, and they don't even know why. So you probably had to figure that out over a period of time, that the reason why I did it was because I was afraid I didn't have enough to say. So you know how you overcame that? Listen, everybody. You know how Melinda overcame that? She had someone to talk with. It's a conversation. So maybe you need to think about that. If you're going to build an email list and you need people to sign up for that email list, and they need to talk to you, they need to feel your energy, and you can't do it person to person, especially now, maybe you need to think about getting a partner or having guests.
Well, and that's a lot of it. Sometimes after you've already started doing this type of work, you're having videos, you're talking with people, you find that those ideas, those conversations, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I've got so much content. I want to give everything. And instead I've railed it down to where let's just go ahead and talk about the truth. Let's talk about a golden nugget, because somebody is looking to solve their problem right now. When somebody cuts their finger, they don't want, or cut their finger off, let's say it's that way better, right? If somebody cuts their finger off, they don't want to say, let me make an appointment for 2 weeks out. They don't. They said, I want it fixed right now. I want a Band-Aid. I want something to stop the bleeding. I want something that will give me this for right this moment. And I have done that. I will tell you that I used to bowl. And so I played volleyball. I did everything that to a knee that you could do, right? And so all of a sudden now I have a kneecap that if I'm not careful, it pops out.
Yikes.
When it pops out, it's looked like I have two kneecaps beside each other, kind of like this. So what happens is that I tell people all of a sudden, oh no, I need ice right now, right this minute. I'm not go. I don't care where you have to buy it. Rip off somebody's glass of water. I don't care, but I immediately need that ice on top of that knee so that I can push the kneecap back on top of where it belongs. It's out of socket and you have to push it back in. So that's exactly it. I don't want somebody to say, oh, let me run to the store. Let me go get you a bag of ice. I'm like, no, right now. I don't care what you order. That's right. Exactly. So what you're looking for and what they're looking for is your information that can help them right now. That's that golden nugget that we've been talking about all of last month. We're going to mention it again this month. So your very first email, let's get back to it here, is a welcome. And here is what I already promised you. I already promised you. And for those people that are signing up gratefully, Marion, just because you're Marion and because they want to join the community, then you send out a little thank you that says, wow, thank you for joining up. Allow me to give you a golden nugget. It could be a scheduling of, hey, this is when you can catch our shows. It could be hey, by the way, the last time I was talking about this, it could be about the last thing you did. It could be something that all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Oh, I forgot why I signed up, right? What happens is that you want to give them a quick synopsis of what you already promised them.
Okay, all right. So here's what I'm hearing from you. When they sign up, you send them an immediate thank you and here's what I promised you.
That's right.
And then here's what you're going to receive in the future.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So
absolutely. You want to tell them, one, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the email, right? I wonder if people would freak out and say, oh my God, I am so grateful you gave me your email. right? How blatantly is that? People are like, oh my God. So yeah, thank you for giving me your email, your honored email. Here is the gift that I already promised. I promised it to you. So most people don't look at it, but if they promised you and you send them something completely different, I've had that happen to me. I've signed up for a specific ebook, or I've signed up for a specific download or whatever it is. And I've had people say, oh, well, it seems as though, thanks very much. I just thought you'd be interested in this. This is something else. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I asked for. That's not what I signed up for. And what they don't realize before the second email comes, I start pushing unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. Because you know what? That's not what I asked for. That's not what you promised me. So when you look at it, your welcome needs to say, thank you. I'm glad you're here. And here is your promise. Here it is. Let's stop playing with it. Here it is. Boom. Next couple of days, the next couple of months, years, whatever, centuries, this is what I'm going to give you. That's it. Done. The next time you decide to write, which is what I call yourself, it's your self-promoting, it's the opportunity for you to build that relationship, right? So first email you have, which is remember, I'm promoting only 3 basics. The first one is, welcome, I'm glad you're here. Here is your ethical bribe. All right, this is what I promised you. This is what you signed up for. There it is. Now let's talk. By the way, did you know that Living the Dream also does? I wanted to tell you a little bit about me. The second one is about me or my business.
Okay.
So I call that the self-promoting, right? And the self-promotings are real simple. Hey, I'm Melinda Cooper. I'm living the dream. Did I ever tell you about the fact that I had been with the federal government over 20 plus years? Did I ever tell you that there I learned so many weird things about so many people? I started out as, how are you? Thank you for calling. Who would you like to speak to? I love to tell people all the time, my very first government job, I walked in, they were in the process of moving offices, and the portion I worked in anyway, there were so many there that they had boxes, and so they gave me a desk. They created a desk out of boxes. My first job. I had a phone. I had a phone. I had a pad of paper.
Okay.
Right. I had a phone, a pad of paper, and a note. Here's who called type thing, and that's what I did all day long for my very first job in the government, sitting in a box.
You must have thought I went to college for this because
my first thought is,
the paycheck. I forgot. Okay, never mind. Boxes are fine. Come on, bring them on.
I will tell you, my first thought was, I love my children. I love my children. I love my children. I was a single mom, and I didn't care how long I had to sit on top of that box to answer that phone, as long as I could have a paycheck for my children. So my answer was, I love my children. I love my children. I love my children, right? Because otherwise I could have said, what is this, right? So I give them a little bit of those kind of stories, let them know, let them understand that, you know what? I went through the river and over the woods as well, right? I was one of the ones who absolutely have a journey. I've been a truck driver, a school bus driver. I worked at U-Haul. You get the idea. I've done all those kind of odds and ends. I always tell everybody my first child was born because I threw the Houston Chronicle down at Texas A&M. I was pregnant. I was in college. I needed some extra income. My husband and I were both in college. We were driving a school bus. I got too big. I couldn't fit. Boom. I had to do something. So I threw a newspaper, had a newspaper route to pay for my first daughter. So you get the idea. Give them that kind of information. Let them have a reason to stay connected and hear your anecdotes. Let them know the kind of humor. Let them know the kind of person you are. Let them feel your energy, your excitement, and oh my God, this just kicked my ass. It did not work for me. Please don't do that. It did not work for me unless you can do such and such and such and such. Still give them something that they can utilize, but build that relationship. Let them know who you are. For me, that's a self-promoting email. And you might do a couple of those. Build the relationship. I always say, well, you know what? I'm going to split in here and say, correct myself. There's 4. When I find that they're not responding, I write back and say, hey, you know what? I noticed that you haven't responded. Is there something I need to tap on that you could, that you could help me, that I could send to you and help it make it work a little bit better? What is it that you were really looking for? Let's do a little survey follow-up. Did you like the ethical bribe? Are you liking the little gold nuggets I'm dropping in to build the relationship? How about telling me something about you? Right? All of a sudden, now that's a relationship. It's a give and take. And I think that that's the biggest thing. We have to build it for them to come, right? And then finally, I call it to go ahead and share the spotlight. Other people call it share the secret sauce. Other people flat say, what's the combination? And here's mine. I tell people all the time, it takes me a lot of people to make living the dream work. A lot, right? I need someone to bounce ideas off of. That's person one. I tell them, you know what? I've got a person that I just go to. She's my bounce person. Bam. Right? I want to tell you about her because this is what her background is. And, I go to her. I have a go-to girl. Who do you have, right? So then that's number one. Number two is, this is going to drive me crazy. Number two is that, you know what? I didn't do all the writing that you've ever seen in my life. Sometimes I use content writers. Sometimes I beg people to write for my digital magazine. Hey, you know what? I need a great article about. I don't care what anybody says. I cannot know everything about everything. I can't. I wish that God had made me that way, but he didn't. He said, Melinda, this is your journey. This is your journey. Right?
These are your talents here. Run with those.
Run with those and go as far as you can. And oh, by the way, when you need help, ask for it. When you need help, ask.
Do what you do best and farm out the rest.
That's absolutely right. And here's the funny thing about it, Marion. When you know you don't do it and you don't do it well, and then you ask, please be willing to accept. Be willing to receive and accept, right? Because how many times I've had it happen to me, people say, Melinda, could you help me with this? Yes. So then remembering that I am a strategist, remembering that I'm going to look at the bigger picture first, right? The bigger picture first. Let me see how far I can stretch that. Everybody see it, right? The bigger picture first. And then I'm going to see the big picture and say, oh, this is where you need to fill in the holes to get to the bigger picture. Because I'm a strategist. I'm going to see the big one and I'm going to walk backwards. So when I tell people, sure, I'll be glad to help you. What do you see at the end? I'm not talking about the end, Melinda. I'm talking about right now. What I need. Think of how they learn. Think of who you're asking. And if that's the way they teach, then you have to say, okay, this is what Melinda's how she's going to do this. So I have to be prepared, because if I know Melinda, she's going to ask me, what's the biggest picture? She's going to ask me that. Where do you want to end up? That's what Melinda's going to do. And when I find other people who can't, then I say, okay, let me help you with somebody else. This is the person you need that can help you and put your finger in the dam, right? So, and I'm not the finger in the dam girl. I'm the person on the other safe side going, wow, that dam's about to break. Yeah. Let me call for help. The dam's about to break. You get it, right? So when you think of that, go ahead and tell people you have other people helping. Go ahead and let them know you have collaboration. You're not doing it alone. You're not carrying that magical cape, the wristbands, watcha, right? I'm not Wonder Woman. I'm just not. I know I'm not. I love to put out.
I don't know. I'll disagree with that one. I think you are a Wonder Woman. You might not be the Wonder Woman, but you are a Wonder Woman.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I received that, right? But the reality is that I have to let other people and let my audience know I don't do it alone. What is it they say? It takes a full community, a tribe, to build one single child. It takes bits and pieces of everybody in the family. Some will give them humor, some will give them wisdom, some will give them, I don't know, whatever the experience is. They learn it, they grow it, they deliver it, and it gives it to that child. And now that child has a big fruit basket that has all the glorious things and all the different tastes and feelings and textures and everything in it. Well, that's what our business is, isn't it? We collaborate. We bring people in with other experience. So in your third type of email, you want to go ahead and shine your spotlight, share it. Let people know it's not all me, folks. And you know what? Be surprised how many of them will finally admit, oh, it's not all them either. They need help. They need someone to take them down the road. They need someone to, let me help you with this little hump. Let's get over the hump. Let's climb the tree. Let's jump over the lion, whatever it is that's holding you there. Let's get over it. So you have one, which is you're welcome. Let me tell you, thank you. Here's your gift. After you give them the gift, the second one can always say, hey, you know what, by the way, I know that you like that. I know I sent it to you. I know that that's what you had requested, confirming that you did receive it. Please allow me to give you something else. Right? You're still giving to solve their problem. Remember the person with the finger cut off. They do not want you to say, let me order it. They do not want you to say, let me run down the road. They do not want you. They say, right now, boom, I came to you because you got the Band-Aids. Stop the bleeding. Stop it. Right? Just think about that. What keeps them up at night? What do they worry about? And you say you have the solution. Then start helping. Okay? Number 2, tell them about yourself. Build the relationship. Let's make it go ahead and work. Let's have funny. Let's have jokes. Let's laugh. Oh my God, Marion could put a ton of pictures out where she used to do this behind everybody and say, I went through a stage where I used to always put these up. It was so funny. People were comfortable because then we were laughing and joking with each other. And all of a sudden we were friends at that level immediately. Boom, we were funny. Right? As a photographer that took some of those pictures, wasn't funny for me because it would ruin my shot. But on the other hand, it made good connections with Marion and her peeps because it made them comfortable with her. It made them realize that she didn't have to take everything so seriously, right? She could take, that's right. You have to have fun doing this. You have to be willing to have fun doing this.
I don't do it if it's not fun.
That's
honestly, right. I refuse at this point in my life. If it's not fun, then don't invite me because I don't want the drama. I don't want people tend to poke, and I don't respond, so they quit poking.
That's right.
Hello.
Right. And and it's funny, you think about that, that's funny, but that's for me. I tell people all the time, you know what, I'm living the dream. I'm not here to live the nightmare. I'm not here. If I can't have fun and I can't help you to have fun, you need to have another coach. You need to talk to another consultant. I'm willing to tell people and laugh at myself, saying, okay, God, you won't believe what happened to me. Let me tell you. Right. And most people are going, oh my God, Belinda, I can't believe, what'd you do? What did you do in that? Right. Because we find ourselves okay. We're back on even ground when we let them know about us. Right. Then finally, be sure to collaborate with other people. Be sure to tell other people the truth. I didn't do this alone. I had a coach. I had a mentor. I had somebody who helped me. I work with other people. We work together as a team. Whatever the case is, share it with them. Right? Tell them, this is what I learned from them. This is how we got through this. Explain that you had to have a little bit of help to get there. That also, guess what? You're investing in yourself and in your business. Right? Because if we don't invest in ourselves and in our business, if we don't do the work to sharpen our own tools, how can we expect our audience to be willing to do that as well? Right?
I know most of the people that I know that are really successful admit right away they have a team. Like I don't even make my own schedule. You have to talk to so and so, and they handle the scheduling because I'm doing what I do best. So my teammate or my employee, whatever, they're handling that portion. So here you go. Here's the person's name. And so yeah, anybody who's actually making money has a team or at least collaboration partners, like you said.
Yeah, and that's really the situation.
If you can't work with other people, it would be really tough. It would be tough to build a business.
And it would be almost impossible.
Yeah.
And you know what? How it's not going to be very fun.
Well, that's true. Well, unless you're like want to be alone. I don't know.
Well, no, even that eventually you will find if you're growing your business, eventually it'll be too much for you to handle unless you're going to stay in a one-horse town, right? So you do need other people, and you need to be able to grow, and you need to build a team, and you need to build a tribe, and you get the idea. So now that you've done for me, like I said, the 4 basics, right? Excuse me I said 3, but really it's 4. It's your welcome. It's your talk about me, self-promoting. Let's do a quick follow-up in there. Is it working? Is it not working? What did you like, didn't like? Let's do a survey, whatever you want to do it that way. And then finally, you know what? Let me go ahead and tell you who else is helping me. Let me tell you, I joined a coaching. I'm always joining. I know it sounds funny, but I take classes from other coaches. It's usually online. I must admit that, but I take classes because I want to see how they're doing it. I want to see what I learn. I want to pick up any golden nuggets. I want to be able to give it to somebody else. And one of the fun things I liked this time was I signed up for one, and instantly, they said, "Hey, thank you for joining up. We're so glad you're. Let me introduce you to my team." And they literally did a webinar about every single person that's on the team, that works with the team, and what that person will be doing for you. And I thought, how cool is that?
Bingo.
How cool is that? I thought, it wasn't about them just getting up there. They're going, okay, this person is going to help you with this. This person, you have problems. This person is the person you're going to hear from. His email, their person, or their whoever they have working on it, they're going to give you that. So they went ahead and spotlighted within their own team to let everybody know we're not alone. We're working together. So I really am up for that. Now, here's a fun part about it. You get these emails correct. You get them in a sequence. You get them going. It's called a campaign. All of a sudden, you got to send them somewhere. If you recall, you have to have a call to action. People want to know what's next. Have you ever gone anywhere and you've done something? You're like, oh, wow, so what's next? You're with a group of people and you really enjoy and have a good time. They say lunch is over. Well, what are you going to do next? What are we going to do next? What are we going to meet next? What are we going to get together next?
Well,
right? When do we connect next?
That's right.
Right? So you have to have a call to action, and that call to action on your emails is what I call driving traffic. Okay? Now, when you're driving traffic, you have to, 1, have a place to send them. I don't care if it's a landing page. I don't care if it's your Facebook group. I don't care if it's your LinkedIn profile, if it's your Instagram, whatever. There's a ton of places you can go. I prefer to send them to your website, right? And the reason is because they've already signed up for it. For me, I say, go check out our digital magazine. Go look at a great article by Mary LaSalle. Go look for a great, article by Robin Roberson. Go look for a great article by, Ann Miner. All these people that, who write for me, who write articles, who have something to do with my magazine, right? Oops, I just told you about some of my team, right? Right? So go and look at that article. See what they have to say. Go see what Marion is offering in my magazine. Is it something that could happen to you, could help you? Go see what that article is about. Right? Go, what's happening. So I'm driving them to there. When they're there, maybe, just maybe, they'll look around and see something else they like. Right? For me, I'm doing a lot of new things. Things are happening. Things are moving. So right now, like, go check out my membership group. Go to my website, look at, go to www.livingthedreambusiness.com, go to membership and look at what are the new things that I'm offering. See if any of those fit you. Boom. Now I'm driving them that way. This is where I want you to go look, right? Maybe it's to a survey. Hey, you know what? I really need your help. I really need you to go ahead and fill out this survey right here in the bottom of push this button. The survey will pop up, right? You're driving them somewhere. So you can get feedback, so you can entice them, so maybe they'll sign up, but you got to drive them somewhere. You got to tell them what's next, right? What's next?
I made a lot of good notes today, Melinda. Thank you so much. I'm going to be writing my thank you email as soon as my next appointment's over, and be thinking about my calls to action, because I do have a few, but it's not consistent. I'm not telling anybody unless you're looking at it on social media. It's not really focused anywhere. So if I start this new email campaign, I think I have a plan now. Thank you.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. Are you telling me my 30 minutes is up already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Well,
Oh,
you know what?
It goes so fast.
It went fast. I missed my last one, but that's okay. The idea is, come on out to Living the Dream Business. I'm out on Facebook. I'm rejuvenating my LinkedIn. I told you things are happening, but definitely go out to the website, see what's going on. But I got to tell you something. You have to be out there, because if you're not being seen, you're not doing business. Thank you for joining me, Marion. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all the help. I'm just loving to connect with people in a different way. Well, you guys be safe, stay safe, and you know what? Positive energy to all of you. Bye-bye.